Hi everyone, welcome along to today's live video. Today we are going to do the first full flip through, that is always harder to say than I anticipate, of my brand new book, Rooms of Wonder. So we're going to look through every single page, let you see all the different artwork, and then tell you a few little stories about the pictures as well. So I'm just going to wait for everyone to hop in, and I'm going to refresh my laptop and we should be good to go. So there we are. Hi everyone, welcome along, welcome along. I can't always see the comments. Oh, there we go. I can't always see the comments on my phone. So I have my phone up here and then my laptop down there, but I can see everyone. Oh, hi Angela, hi, welcome in. Anzo, hi. Lovely to see so many people. Hi, nice top, thank you. So I'll be very honest, I've got this nice flowery kind of work top on, and then my bottom half, I've got my gym leggings. So it's like quite kind of like professional up top, and then just like ready to do some running on my bottom half. Right, hi everyone, lovely to see you. So we'll just chat for a couple more seconds. Take my money, Johanna. Stop it. Wait until you see it. I think you'll really like it. So Rooms of Wonder is like the companion book to Worlds of Wonder, and every time I'm in a planning meeting or speaking to my publisher or my agent, I get the pair of them mixed up, so I probably will do that a lot. But yeah, the two kid books sort of go together as a pair, and this one is all about the great outdoors and exploring loads of realms and being outdoors basically. And this one is the opposite. It's all about opening the door and stepping inside, so it's lots of different rooms and interiors, and not always, as you'll see in a minute, what's the word, sort of realistic rooms. Sometimes it's more about, you know, if there's a haberdashery page, then maybe there's a pattern based on the things from the haberdashery. So it's not, what's the word I'm looking for, representational. It is a bit more imaginative. And some of my favourite pages are rooms that might, at first glance, seem quite ordinary, but then it's up to you to find the magic, and also, so in the illustrations, also to bring the magic with your colours. So I'll speak more about that when we get to those pages. Right, we have a lot of people in here already. Hello, hello to all hundreds and hundreds of you. Lovely to see you. I'm gonna flip the camera now and we're gonna go through each page. If you're just joining us and you've missed the start, don't worry. I was just having a chit chat. Let's do this. Let's show you all the pages. So here's the moment of truth. Bear with me, everyone. This will be a wee bit sugary. I always think you get like the worst view when we do that. Right, hold on a second. Here we go. So, see, I wasn't kidding. Like, there's my sports leggings. Right, here we go. Here is the book. Someone's saying I missed the first moments. Don't worry, I post the videos. Oh, do you know what? That's my pen pot. Hold on, get that shadow out the way. I post the videos on the page afterwards so you can see it all then. Here's the front cover. This is actually the UK edition. You can tell because it's got colouring spelt like this. And also, in every book, there's a wee bit of gold foil. In the US edition, because I'm printed over there by Penguin Random House, they have a little penguin hidden on the front cover. And I believe he's in this bottle. So you'll see that when you get a US edition. No French flaps on this book. We have, this one's a little bit bashed, so it's been in and out of my bag because I've been colouring it at home. We've got end papers. It's this lovely selection of keys. And on every page, or on each double page in this book, there is a key hidden and a keyhole. And you have to find the key, unlock the door, and then you can go to the next room. Here we go. So this is what we call the imprint. It's all like the information, a couple of pretty keys here. I think these would look fab in metallics. Your This Book Belongs To page. Introduction with a few little tips. And here we go. So this is the Lost Property Office. And if you remember when we did this one, I asked you what was the weirdest thing you'd ever lost. And I got lots of great suggestions, which feature on this page. So here are some of the different things. Somebody literally did lose a bonsai tree. Imagine losing a bonsai tree. You'd be furious with yourself. Don't they take forever to grow? A a casserole. A casserole got left on a train, I think was the story for that, which made me laugh as well. Oh, and each of these lost property items has a little ticket on it so that they can take a note of where it was found, who it was handed in by. There's another lost property page coming up actually. This is the Origami Studio, which you might have seen. I coloured this in for the video. I love this room. It just looks like a place that I would like to hang out for ages and make things. And then on this side we have four little small victories, which are small compositions that you can do in less time. So you can finish one of these in, you know, usually 20 minutes, half an hour. And they're all based on different kind of artist studios or craft studios. So we've got a hat maker or a milliner, a handbag embellisher. I'm not sure if that's a specific practice, but there you go. A knitter. And here's a little terrarium miniature garden. Terrarium, that word, set up. This is the haberdashery page. Evie is obsessed with sewing just now. We've recently discovered the Great British Sewing Bee. It's a programme on the BBC here in the UK, and she just loves it. So these are all the things that she would love to have in her ideal studio. So you've got like little rolls of washi tape and ribbons, some nice potted plants, buttons, little bits for embellishing, some inks and glue and swatches, paint brushes for fabric paint, little offcuts and remnants, a whole line of ribbons, a cup of tea and some biscuits, because, you know, what fuels your creativity? So anyway, lots of lovely little bits to get lost in there. And on this side we have a haberdashery sphere. And then throughout the book there's a few of these pages. So there's a key on one side and the lock on the other, and all the keys are different. So this is our botanical key, which I think is super pretty. There's also a few wallpaper pages. So I know lots of you love a big double page spread. So these wallpapers can either be coloured quite traditionally, so like you can imagine them being in a stately manor house or in a wallpaper sample book, or you could go wild like this. There's no reason why this shouldn't be neons and glitter. And I can't wait to see how these end up, because, you know, there is the scope to be very traditional or just to be crazy. Here we go. This is this would be my ideal writing studio, I decided. So just, you know, a desk and some flowers. I love the idea of having no carpet in a room, just a whole load of botanicals. And this page was inspired by the scene in the Paddington movies, the newer ones, where he is sitting on his little bed in a house and the jungle all starts growing up around him. I love the idea of the outdoors, indoors. So this is an indoor-outdoor library reading snug nook. So as you can see, there's like a little tree stump here that's the book table. And there's a little mushroom there, a fungi that's holding the lamp, and you've got your wee armchair. Books being held open by a little vine there. So there's lots of little things to discover. The books are all stacked up in the trees. Extra little teapot, should you need an extra cup of tea. I like that page actually. I haven't looked at that page for a long time. This side, so there's a story to this side. When I was dropping the kids off at school, their friends would often suggest rooms and different pages for me to draw, like average school drop-off chat. What are you drawing today, Joe? Anyway, one of the little brothers was a big Super Mario fan and wanted a Super Mario room. And as much as I wanted to make him happy, I did think Nintendo might sue me. So I took a more creative approach. This is a mushroom room because, as you know, if you're a Nintendo fan, I think, is it Luigi and the other one? They like a mushroom. So here you go. Here is the underground mushroom room with little stars and jars to illuminate things, and they're all growing nicely there. And then we've got a pattern on this side. Here is a set of shelves with magical objects on them. So sort of potions and tiny little houses. Some things for making up different, I don't know, spells. I think this is a crystal ball. I'm not really sure. I can't wait to see what you do with it. I like these. I imagine these are little potions in tiny little cups. Baby pear, always good. Here is our aquarium room. So before you worry, this is obviously just the front. These tanks are massive as they go back, probably to infinity. So you don't need to worry about these sea creatures being in a small space. You're just seeing it from the front view, just in case anyone's panicking. Here we have another wallpaper scene. So again, this one's more of a damask. Could be traditional, could be a little bit more modern and contemporary. This is an idea that I had when I was watching kids TV with the girls. So it's a windmill, and the blades, as I was told yesterday, are going round, and they pump these bellows and they are filling up balloons. And I know it wouldn't be with helium, but it looks better that way. So the balloons are getting filled up with air, and then they float up and out this little window and away. So it's obviously a balloon filling room. And on this side we have a honey room, lots and lots of blossoms, little conveyor belt, and the honeybees are doing their stuff, making some honey in their wee, what's this called? Hive. Right, this is the rooms that I was speaking about. So at first you might be like, well, that's just an office. How is that a room of wonder? Well, my friends, look carefully. We've got a little melting ice cream on the desk, which would upset me, but you know, that person maybe needed an ice cream. In this little plant pot, we've got a wee frog poking his little head out. What's growing in this little filing cabinet? Crazy little plant creeping out. Office bunny, we all need them. Here is the obligatory Employee of the Year awards, but there's also a duck. So it's little things like that I think are really funny and quirky. They're hidden amongst the art. And I also love the idea that the way that you colour it could be really interesting. So this could be a white, grey and beige office, or it could be a fluorescent pink office. I just can't wait to see what you do. And here as well, so this is like office flotsam and jetsam, little bits and pieces. And yeah, it's down to you to make these wonder. You bring your own wonder in this kind of page. So whether you have little goldfish floating about in the coffee tank, or, you know, rainbows coming out the lamps, I think this will be really interesting. I can't wait to see how you do this page. One of the kids' friends wanted a smoothie room. So here's your smoothie room, all your different tropical fruits, little honey pot, blender, straws, paper ones, obviously. And on this side, a little fruit symmetrical design. I did one of these for Lucy Lord, who does all the recipes that I love. And the fruit design was actually lovely because you can get so many bright, juicy colours in there. So there's a little watermelon in the middle, and these are lemons, but I guess they could be limes, so a slightly different shape, I suppose. Pears, some little herbs. Me a bit hungry. This is a page that I've been colouring for a tutorial somewhere else. I love the idea of a solar system in a cabinet, like just a big cabinet of curiosities, and when you look inside there's loads of different bottles and jars filled with planets and little solar systems, constellations, a meteor or two. I just think that's going to look really pretty, and I can't wait to see how you do this page. This is a wizard's workshop. It's got a bit of an astronomical, astrological, that word, spacey kind of theme to it as well. Here we have an ice cream room. So in my head, these were balloons. These aren't the strings coming from them. These are just like candy striped wallpapers in the background. But I guess they don't need to be balloons. I think I was basing it on a balloon arch that I saw at a birthday party. But we have beautiful ice cream here in the cabinet, lots of sundaes, and then the toppings and sprinkles, loads of good things there. Obviously that was a request from the kids. And this one here is kind of like a bit of a sort of Japanese style sweet shop, I guess. So lots of nice little cakes to draw. I know that loads of people love to colour repetitive shapes. I'm the same. I love colouring leaves. So often when there's things like this that there's multiples of, they're just really nice because you can get into the flow of colouring them and just kind of batch them out, or you can make them all different. So there we go, that's that little one. I like this. Everyone knows these machines, you know, like you put a pound down and you get one of those plastic balls and it's just got a rubbish toy in it, but for some reason everybody wants them. This is just a house of flowers. This was an idea I had, I think, when I was sleeping. I woke up and I'd like scribbled a note beside my bed, house of flowers. So there you go, house of flowers. This is our other lost property, actually, design. Here are the false teeth that somebody told me they lost on a bus. Oh, I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't a bus. Somebody definitely lost a set of false teeth. Here's our bonsai tree again. A toy dinosaur. And then some things I did just add. Nobody lost a tiny little Swiss house in a mason jar, but I wish they had. Imagine putting that police report in. Nobody lost their turtle. Although I don't think anyone did. I don't think so. I've been playing about on this page, so this key has been inked a little bit more by me. I was trying out some pens, as you can see. It's quite an ornate sort of key and keyhole design. Here we have our ladies' parlour, sort of like a frilly fancy bedroom setup. So like antique vintage perfume bottles, some makeup, some jewellery, and then this is like a vignette, so it's a frame that you look inside and you see the fancy room. I wanted to draw a carpet, but then I wasn't sure how that would be to colour. So there are really small shapes in this flooring. I figured you could either colour over it and just sort of have the lines shine through, or really try and colour all those shapes. Each method is good. Here is our Fantastical Wardrobe. So this is another one where you bring the colour and the wonder. So we've got loads of different clothes, some storage boxes. I'm a bit of a weirdo and I really enjoy like closet organisation. I could watch those shows on TV a lot. My own house doesn't look like this, but in my dream it would be this organised. And here are some bits and pieces that have come out of the closet, and I've intentionally left these fairly plain and basic because I almost love the idea of, remember those sheets that you got when you were little, that was dress up dolls? So you could colour them in and then cut them out. I wanted to draw you outlines, and then you could almost become this wonderful fashion designer and add all your own bits and pieces. So I have started, like, there's little bits of design here and some frills and ruffles, but essentially that's quite an open page for you to do some crazy stuff. Here's another wallpaper, and these do also have the key and the door hidden in them. I'm not going to point them out, I just noticed them. This is a tea room and a cuckoo clock. Sometimes when I'm out for walks, I'll have these ideas and I just leave myself voice notes on my phone. So I literally said tea room and a cuckoo clock. There you go. So here's all your loose leaf teas, fancy teapots, teacups, and a little cuckoo clock. And obviously you need some cake to go with your cup of tea. This was the other room that was inspired by the Paddington books. So here's a little bunk bed, camp bed, on a branch between two trees, and it's got little fungi steps up to it. Here's where you make your little bedtime cocoa, some drawings and things stuck to the wall, well, stuck to the tree. I love the idea that a little nook in the tree could be where you keep your books. And then the trees are actually inside, because look, if you look out the window, you see outside to the houses. So this is an indoor forest. It's like noodling my brain. And here we have an outdoor shower. So just as this is like an indoor-outdoor situation, so is this. It's got kind of tropical vibes to it, hasn't it? A little parrot hiding there. This is Mia's rainbow room. So Mia asked for this. She loves a rainbow. So here's all the different weathers up here. And then here's some bottled rainbows that were made previously. And here obviously is your rainbow making station. So you get your big bowl, you add your sunshine and your rain, you stir them all together and you add a little bit of magic, and then it gets soaked up this wee pipe, and then the rainbow is squished into your jars. You put the lid on and you've bottled a rainbow. And then if you need some different weathers, there's different spell books down here, different mixing pots, few notes to yourself. Right, and then here we have the Mermaid's Tea Party Room. So this is the page with the coral lampshade, and a story that I shared with some other colorists this week is that this page doesn't have a key and a door hidden in it, because I made a mistake and there isn't a key on either of these pages. There's a door obviously here, but I forgot to add the key. So I'd said to my Korean publishers who would notice it, we'll just leave it because it adds an extra bit of mystery. Then we can say spot the page without the key. But their feeling was that some people might get really upset that they couldn't find the key, and it would ruin their enjoyment of the book. So my Korean publishers have actually hidden a key. I can't remember where they did it. It's somewhere in this page, but only in the Korean edition. So for everyone else, there is no key on this page. Here we have another cake shop with lots of more repetitive shapes so that you can get into the flow and do some batch colouring, and then some things up here that could be a bit more weird and wonderful and candy-licious. A little cake setup. I keep getting notifications on my phone. Sorry, folks. Hope that's not interrupting the stream. Here is our steampunk key and our steampunk lock. So very industrial. Can't wait to see how you do that. Steampunk animals that were obviously living in that room. They're quite fun. And again, just little designs that you can complete them in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20. And here is, well, I'm not sure if it's steampunk or science gone crazy, but like a little invention lab, a little laboratory, lots of different things happening in here, machines and pumps and gauges. So again, this could be, I love the idea of it being quite almost grey and silver for the sort of machinery parts, or maybe gold, maybe copper actually, that would be great. And then all the potions and the magical bits being like purple and sparkly and pink. Copper would look good actually on that page. One of Evie's little friends wanted an antiques room, and I did think that we'd got quite a lot of busy pages by that point, so I wanted to do an antiques room that wasn't too complicated so that you could either add your own effects and background or just zone out and do a bit of colouring without getting overwhelmed by a very complex design. So here's a sort of pared down symmetrical design based on an antiques room. And then here is a spherical design. I think this was a country kitchen theme. Yep, that was the country kitchen. My just like little bellows and little thing for keeping your eggs in, half-eaten cake. Cute. Here is a definite country kitchen scene. So I don't really know if maybe this person was halfway through cleaning out their kitchen, but as you can see, everything seems to be on the floor. Maybe they were cleaning out their cabinets. A couple of recipe books, little storage pots, casserole in the oven, and then a nice floral frame, harder to say than you would think. I love these little individual drawings. So these are nice little ones for you to just tackle one or two while a cake bakes, while the baby naps, something small that you can just get your daily fix of colouring. Oh, I've just noticed all your comments. Thank you. I'm going to go back and read them all in a tick. This was a Harry Potter inspired design as requested by Evie and Mia, as you would guess. I'm actually going to do a download of this, so I'll speak in a minute about the book launch event, but if you like the look of this one, I'll be sharing that very soon. A few more little individual drawings. I like this cauldron, like sort of spilling over. A magical moth as well, and the spell book. And you might already have seen this design. This is a Harry Potter inspired post office. So when Evie was home off school with the chicken pox, she was so ill, so miserable. So I said to her, and I was working at the kitchen table, I said, tell me what you want to colour in and I'll draw you the picture and then you can colour it in later. And she said, do me the Harry Potter Postroom. So here it is, and it's like all the little owls queued up to take away the letters or to deliver the letters and the parcels, and here's all the Hogwarts students' pigeonholes, or owl holes, I guess, with all their different things. And on this side, we've got the magical post, so lots of little letters, parcels, hopefully no, is it called a screamer? What's the thing that you open and it just yells at you? I think it's a screamer. Anyway, those things. Another one of their friends wanted a celebration room, so this is a very fancy dinner setup. In like a botanical glass house, a Victorian glass house, complete with chandelier. But when it came to drawing the food, I was like, it's really difficult to draw a fancy dinner from that view. So they're just going to have 3 courses of cake, because what is luxury if it's not eating 3 courses of cake for dinner in a fancy greenhouse with a chandelier? I mean, it just sounds lush, doesn't it? The girls also want a gem room. So here's a little gem room. Lots of shovels and pickaxes and jars for your treasures and books to help identify them. Here's a big bucket of rocks that hasn't been cleaned up yet. A little cushion with tassels, treasure chests. I love these gems. I think they'll be good fun to colour. This side is, well, do you know what? I don't really think this one had a theme. It was just like a little nook where you could go and sort through your bits and pieces, maybe do a bit of art, maybe do a bit of journaling, maybe write out your to-do list. You know, if you just had one little quiet corner of your house, like my house does not look like this, but I would quite like there to be a small corner. A howler, thank you, a howler. That's it, not a screamer, a howler. So this is like the ideal little bit of a room. And then on this side, we've got 6 little miniature setups in jars. I just love the ideas of like tiny little dinky things inside jars. So we've got a country kitchen, a little writer's office. I guess there's some kind of novel or something being written on that typewriter. A very fancy formal flower decoration. Oh, my battery's way to go. Hold on. Let me just plug this in. And what else is there? A little tiny smoothie setup. I think this cable is going to annoy us. I'm going to have to put this pot back here just to hold that out the way. Smoothie setup, little like dressing room with like little pots and a hairbrush, fairy lights, and a little garden shed, but garden jar. There you go. This room is super simple. If you like to do backgrounds, I wanted to leave a couple of pages with loads of white space. So either you could do the drawing. Oh, sorry, that's kind of skew-iff, isn't it? Hold on. You could either finish the colouring in one day, or you could add a lot to the outside. But yeah, this is this is a comfy chair inside a pineapple. I honestly don't know what I was thinking half the time. Comfy chair inside a pineapple, perfect place to read a book, call a friend, meditate if you're that way inclined. This side, this was the celebration room. So another one of their friends wanted a birthday room, so I thought, what better place for a birthday room than inside a giant birthday cake. So there's cake inside the cake, and then we've got all the hats and the streamers, lots of little bits down here for you to do as not frosting, what do you call them, sprinkles, and then some like nice paper decorations, big lemonade. Here's the music room. So I made this up. It's like a massive one-man band music machine. I imagine it's probably steam powered and plays a mix of Bavarian jazz and something else. Like little maracas that shuggle and funny little French horn things. And this obviously like bangs the triangle and clacks the cymbals and shuggles these bells, all sorts. Then over here is another You Bring the Wonder page. So something quite simple, lots of different kinds of instruments, but please, 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 I can't wait to see them in like very imaginative colours. I mean, you could go traditional and just have like a beautiful orchestral room, or, you know, go full on neon. Tiny little office inside an old-fashioned telephone. I guess I just, like, sometimes I look at the back at these pictures like, oh, I think I was tired that day. Imagine sitting having that thought, well, I'll draw a tiny office inside a telephone. Bubble bath in a plant pot. Again, I'm not really sure what I was thinking. I think I just like the idea of tiny little rooms in unexpected places. So there you go. He would like a bubble bath in a plant pot. Geranium, actually. And then that's the end. We've got a nice little key at the end here. You've got your colour palette test pages, obviously. So test out your pencils, your pens, make sure no ink bleeds. This is your back cover. And there we go, that's the back of the book. So there you have it, Rooms of Wonder. I'm going to try and flip the camera back round and say cheerio. Oh. Right, hold on. Tick. Oh. Come on, Facebook. There we go. Sorry if everyone just got majorly shibbled about. I've got this little thing for my phone. I have to be careful if I put it in too tight in the wrong place. It does the emergency thing, and it's like, burp, 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 we're phoning the police. I'm like, oh my goodness, don't phone the police. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm quickly going to read some of your comments on my laptop. Oh, I'm really warm now. Oh, Vivian says this book is amazing. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Bev says, you've added so much. Oh, thank you. I'm going to go back through and read all your comments. It's so weird because I spend months and months, sometimes years, making these books in the studio. And obviously I share snippets, but you do it in a vacuum. You don't really know if people are going to like it or if they're going to be like, oh, there's too many chairs. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. So it's so lovely when you start to see people's comments and you read the feedback. It's even better when I start seeing the coloured pictures because I never anticipate how they're going to look. So thank you so much. I feel like there was something that I was going to tell you. Oh, the launch event. So if you've signed up to receive my Inky email newsletter, you will have got an email last night that had details of the launch event, which is not next week, but the week after, which is, sorry, let me check the date. I should know this. It starts on the 10th of October. So this is a free online launch event, 5 half-hour live videos, 4 p.m. every day that week. If you sign up to the newsletter, you'll get the link. I'll post the link as well, actually, beneath this video when we share it. And we'll colour a different page each day from the book. If you can't get your book in time, don't worry. I'll share some downloads so you can print them out at home and colour in and join in. It is, however, 103% better to have the book. So if you can't get the book in time, please do so. And if not, it's a great way to get a wee warm up, practice your colouring, have your book on order, and then when it arrives, you will be good to go. All right, what are we doing for time? Oh, exactly, 31 minutes past. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to share it on my Facebook page and also on my YouTube. So if you've just logged on and you're like, oh my goodness, we're late, we've missed it, don't worry. I'm going to post it all there. You can see it all again. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this book, please, please, please hop over and pre-order it or order it if you're watching this next week. I'll pop a link down below with the link to my website. It has lots and lots of retailers and you can get your copy there. The best thing you can do to get your book is to pre-order it because we do find sometimes there's stock issues, so the pre-orders get them in quick. And then you'll have your book. If you don't have your book in time, don't worry, as I said, there'll be downloads. And thank you so much for supporting the books, for buying them, for showing up for the lives, for subscribing to the newsletter. I am the luckiest person in the world. I have such an amazing job and I only have that job because you guys want to buy the book. So thank you. We make a grand team. They are Inky collaborations. I might draw those outlines, but until you guys fill them with colour and bring all your imagination, it's not a finished project. So I'm very, very excited to start seeing all these. Steampunk critters, Kim says, yeah, I know, they'll be good in metallics. Lovely, lovely. Okay, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm going to finish off this video, but I'll hopefully see you again soon, and I'll definitely see you. I'll hop on and do a couple of lives next week when it's the actual launch, random ones, but I'll definitely see you for the launch event the week after. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.